want you to imagine a young man who didn't grow up with the perfect start. A young man who dropped out of high school, who slept in abandoned buildings, who didn't know where life was going to take him. He didn't have the advantages. He didn't have the connections. He didn't even have a plan. But he had a moment when he decided that being a victim wasn't his story anymore. A moment when he chose to fight for a different life. He walked into one class, just one, and that one class turned into two, and those two turned into a GED. And the GED turned into college fast. It didn't happen easy. It took 12 years for him to earn a 4-year degree. It was slow. It was uncomfortable, but he kept moving because something inside him whispered, "Don't quit." Every step forward felt harder than the one before it, but he pressed on, not because he was the strongest, not because he was the smartest, not because he was the most gifted, but simply because he refused to stop fighting for his own future. He earned his master's degree with the same grind, the same patience, the same quiet determination. And eventually he stood at the edge of the PhD, the place he once thought belonged only to scholars, to people who looked a certain way, spoke a certain way, lived a certain way. And with every doubt telling him he didn't belong, he answered with the same steady resolve, "I will not quit." This is not a story about talent. It is a story about stamina, about choosing not to be broken, about looking fear and failure in the eye and saying, "You won't stop me." Every champion you admire has a reason they don't quit, a why that wakes them up when they're tired, that keeps them disciplined when motivation fades. For some, it is family. For others, a promise. For many, it is the memory of someone who believed in them, someone whose legacy they carry forward. That why is what keeps a person calm in the middle of pressure, focused in the middle of noise, steady in the middle of chaos. The truth is, everyone wants to win, but not everyone wants to work. Everyone wants the reward, but not everyone wants the responsibility that comes with climbing. If you want to separate yourself, you must make a decision that no one in your position will outwork you, that you will not slow down now that you've come this far, that you will make your success permanent. Discipline is the quiet promise you keep with yourself. It's doing what you said you would do long after the moment you felt inspired has passed. There will be days you don't feel like getting up, days when your body is tired, days when the enthusiasm is gone. But champions understand that feelings come and go and the work remains. The victories you see under bright lights are earned in the dark, when no one is watching, when no applause is coming, when all you have is your commitment. You will face loss, you will face challenges, you will lose people you love. Life will test you when you least expect it. It will throw pain at you when you are already struggling. It will hit you harder than you thought you could handle. But pain can push you toward greatness if you choose not to surrender, if you refuse to let it define you, if you decide that every wound carries a lesson and every setback carries a seed of growth. Success is not a smooth road. It is not a straight path. It is full of sharp turns, unexpected storms, waiting rooms, delays, and disappointments. But if you keep walking, if you keep showing up, if you keep fighting for what matters, you will reach a place where the pain starts paying you back, a place where the struggle reveals its purpose, a place where your endurance becomes your strength. And there will come a moment when an opportunity appears, sometimes small, sometimes unexpected, and everything you've done in the dark will prepare you for that moment. That moment is not the time to start practicing. The preparation must come long before the opportunity arrives, because sometimes someone quits, someone retires, someone moves, and suddenly the door opens. The question is, will you be ready? Some people prepare only when an event is coming. Others prepare because preparation is who they are. They wake up early even when no one expects them to. They study even when there is no test. They train even when no game is scheduled. They create their own momentum. They create their own luck. You already know what slows you down. You already know the habits that hold you back, the excuses, the distractions, the people who drain your energy. And at some point, you must decide to fight against those patterns, because behind every weakness you confront is another level of strength. Behind every excuse you eliminate is another step toward your potential. Life does not care where you start. It doesn't care whether you grew up wealthy or poor. It doesn't care if your parents supported you or left you. It doesn't care if you were given a head start or had to start from the bottom. What matters is whether you activate what is inside you, whether you decide to take responsibility for your future. Many people spend their lives blaming others for where they are. It feels easier, it feels safer. But the truth is, the moment you blame someone else, you hand them the keys to your life. Freedom begins the moment you look in the mirror and say, "I created this, and I can change it." The hardest conversation is the one you have with yourself. The moment you apologize to yourself for the ways you neglected your own potential, the ways you limited your own growth, the ways you allowed fear to guide your decisions. But once you take that responsibility, you also claim power. The power to change, the power to grow, the power to evolve into a version of yourself you have never seen before. Vision is the ability to see the finish line long before you start running, to see the degree before you enroll, to see the book before you write the first sentence, to see the life you want before you know the steps. When you hold that vision, you walk into the unknown with confidence, knowing that the picture in your mind is more real than the obstacles in your way. You are already carrying pain. You are already carrying memories that hurt. You have already survived storms you never thought you'd get through. Don't let that pain go to waste. Let it pay you back. Let it build you. Let it teach you. And when fear shows up, and it will, remember that fear is not bigger than you. Fear is loud, but it is not powerful. The moment you walk toward the thing you've been running from, The moment you decide to fight through the discomfort, fear loses its grip on you. You are stronger than you believe. You are more capable than you know. You have more resilience in you than you have ever acknowledged. But you must be willing to stand up. Even when standing feels hard, you must be willing to keep moving. Even when progress feels slow, you must be willing to pick back up the dream you put down when life got heavy. Your past does not disqualify you. Your mistakes do not define you. Your setbacks do not diminish your worth. You have been forgiven. Now you have to forgive yourself. You cannot do this alone. No one can. You need a circle that speaks life into you, that holds you accountable, that challenges you to grow. You need people who see your potential even when you can't see it yourself. You need to cut off the voices that drain you and surround yourself with voices that lift you. You have reached a point of no return. You've invested too many days, too many nights, too much energy to walk away. You've shed tears. You've sacrificed. You've grown. And now the only direction left is forward. You are not a child anymore. You do not need approval from people who don't understand your path. You do not need validation from those who refuse to see your vision. You are responsible for those who depend on you, for the family you want to uplift, for the legacy you want to create. The version of you that got you here is not the version that will take you to the next level. Growth requires letting go of old identities, old habits, old fears. It requires letting your dream reshape you, break you down, build you up. You must be willing to evolve. With every year of discipline, with every season of growth, with every moment of persistence, you become more of who you are meant to be. If you stay on this path, you will shock yourself. You will do more than you ever thought possible. You will achieve things you once believed belonged to other people. You do not need permission from anyone to be great. You do not need approval to chase the life you envision. You are brilliant. You are capable. You are different in the best possible way. And even though the journey is long, even though the climb is steep, greatness lives inside you. Do not quit. Do not walk away. Do not let the dream die. You have put too much into this to settle now. You have too much potential to accept average. You have too much purpose to stay where you are. Keep going. Keep fighting. Keep believing. Your reward is coming. And when it arrives, it will make every step, every sacrifice, every struggle worth it.